Okay, this is gonna be great.
This is Nerd Dojo, where we talk about video games, computers, and the future of technology. Robots with crazy magic cards, and Doctor Who, and other things that are wicked cool.
Welcome back to Nerd Dojo, and this is Couch Talk, where we get together, we talk about a bunch of stupid shit
On a couch
and hope that you guys want to watch it. I'm Kyle Ganza.
I'm Justin Kirkland.
I'm Alan Whitaker.
So what do you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about fucking Call of Duty Ghosts a little bit more?
We talk about ghosts.
We can talk about Ghosts all day.
We'll talk about Ghosts. I'll tell you a little bit about Ghosts.
You don't know anything about ghosts
I'll tell
yet.
you something about Ghosts. I don't know anything
You're
about that
You're
Ghost.
going to buy the ghost and you're
I
going to
gotta
play
buy
with
the
us.
Ghost and I'm gonna play with it. I'm gonna be really bad at it because I'm terrible at
You
first-person shooters.
you don't have to be good at it to yell racial slurs in a microphone.
That is true, I guess.
Honestly,
I guess
no
that's
one
true.
uses a microphone in this.
No, okay, when people use the microphone, they're using it to play songs over the...
True.
Because
You did listen to a full fucking...
I heard Rap God, the
Rap
entire
God.
song.
Oh my god.
That was funny.
No one uses mics anymore. It's fucking weird.
I
That's
heard,
weird.
You go into the lobby and you see everyone has the mic,
but it's on mute.
but no one's talking.
Yeah.
And like,
That's weird.
I was playing with a bunch of people the other night, like a full party, and they were just talking shit to egg other people on, just to talk back. And no one was even saying anything.
That's
and they
so
were saying
weird.
the most fucked up stuff too.
I wonder
and,
if
like, no one was even
I
talking
wonder
back.
if it's because people just are so used to it that now they're just like muting the mic and they don't even want to get into
I
it.
feel like that's not the case.
No?
Because it's so easy to egg someone on in that game.
It's because
you know
everyone's
pissed.
a nerd. And it's
Yeah.
like, if someone
Everyone's
questions anything about you or makes fun of a
Everyone's an
single
internet
thing.
warrior.
But maybe here's the thing. Maybe like all the really hardcore dudes who are gonna like trash talk really hard are waiting for the PS4 and Xbox One release. And when
I doubt
they
it.
get it, they're
I
gonna
feel like
just
more
Great,
people will be
now I have
talking on that.
let the guns go.
Now I have to spend $400 to get some trash talking in.
I mean, that's true. Well, I don't think that's true, but I feel like more people will be talking on that because the new systems will come with a mic and all
Right,
that stuff.
right.
With this one, it could just be people lost the mic and all that shit. But
That's true.
I mean,
At the same
obviously,
time.
I need an expensive mic so I can hear how good some kids, talking, like making fun of my mom.
yeah.
I can
mean,
I can tell you.
I have Astros, so I
too.
definitely pray to pity penny.
Pretty penny.
I don't
Hate
even
a
know
pretty
where
penny.
I don't even know where my Xbox Live headset is.
So I mean,
right
it could
now,
just
so
be
it could
that,
just
like,
be
just
that.
everyone in the world lost their
They've
mic.
lost them.
Don't you worry, if you get it, I got one for you.
Yeah.
You can
Okay.
use my Turtle Beaches.
I think I have one somewhere, but
We're gonna get wild.
But yeah, the maps, dude. The maps
No.
are so fucking bad.
Oh my god, it's
Well, are they bad or are they too big?
they're too big, which makes
they're
them
way
bad.
too big, which makes them bad. I mean, every other Call of Duty, I've only played with an SMG running class. So it's a mid-range class built for speed to run around the maps.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I cannot lay down in the game and shoot people in the feet and think I'm good.
Yeah.
I just run around and piss people off because of how fast I'm going and how overpowered my SMG is.
Sounds
Right.
fun.
Which is fun, which is how I've played every single Call of Duty from
Until
Modern
now.
Warfare,
Until now.
Call of Duty 4, up until now. Because the maps are so ginormous that it's not even fun.
You have to play with a rifle class.
You have to have either an assault rifle or a marksman rifle, which are a mix between the assault and the snipers.
Yep.
Because otherwise you're not
They're
getting kills.
that big?
Yeah.
They're that big.
Wow, that is not fun at
Yeah,
all.
like,
And
picture
then-
this. You can run around for probably, like, if you're just running, you're like, I'm going to just run around and use a knife. You can probably run for, like, at least a good minute before seeing anyone.
Well, that's a whole different thing. But, like, I'm an experienced first-person shooter player, blah, blah, blah. And I'll run from one side of the map to the other, and just from experience from playing Halo, Call of Duty, Counter-Strike, any first-person shooter, I'm like, okay, this is the end of the map. Nope, that's only halfway through the map. Like, just running, weaving through buildings,
like playing
climbing over
fucking
obstacles, and be
Fallout.
like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm this far. Nope, that's only halfway.
That's
Yep.
weird.
The other thing is the spawn system in this game is
Oh, it's so
fucking
bad.
horrendous. That's something that they're going to have to patch.
Yeah.
It's a big
Why,
complaint
what-
from everyone.
What happens?
What happens
are they
is
doing?
they kind of try to spawn you with your team, but the way that the game works is like one team's moving this way, the other team's moving the other way. You're starting to kill your team, like the other team. And so once you find a group of them, you start to kill them, and then as you're killing them, they start spawning right behind you.
Awesome.
There's literally been several times where you kill someone, then they die, respawn behind you, and kill you. And you watch it, and like you watch the kill cam of you killing them respawning, them killing you.
Yeah.
By shooting you in the back because they just spawned right behind you.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like what? Like I feel like it's a pretty good incentive not to die if you're gonna get separated from your team. So like they should just have you respawn fucking anywhere on the map, and then you just have to find your team.
You can't do that though. You can't have it random like that. Spawning with your team is fine, like if it's just spawn points around the area that your team is at, but it couldn't be just anywhere because then there would be no competitiveness to it because it's a random element.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But at this point, it just seems like it's fucking random. Because there'll be times where I spawn with the other team, like I spawn with them, or Justin's getting shot at, I'll spawn behind him and die because he just died from someone shooting at him, and the stray bullet that someone was shooting at him hits me because I spawned.
It happens.
And now I'm dead. It happens several times.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or someone will kill you, you'll spawn,
frustrating.
they'll kill you again, you'll spawn, they'll kill you again, because they're just running in that pathway that you keep spawning in.
Yeah.
Because you spawn and you're disoriented because the maps are so fucking big and you don't know where you are. Or you'll spawn out in the middle of the map, where 4 snipers are already cross-like
Awesome.
firing
So
you.
they're just already waiting
Yeah,
out of the frying pan.
pretty much.
So dumb.
Into the fire.
Well, hopefully they'll patch it.
I mean,
Hopefully they'll
that's
fix
something they'll have to figure out.
Yeah.
And the maps are just too big. I feel like they could cut off big sections of the map.
Do you think it's going to make a difference when more people can play?
Well, yeah, the reason they're so big is because of PS4 and Xbox One are going to have more players per person on the map,
Which I'm surprised they couldn't do for this. I mean,
Well,
which is stupid. There's not even a big team battle
I know.
on this, which is dumb, which is something they'll have to do. I feel like if they did the maps and had a big team battle playlist,
yeah,
which is like, what's the game, 6-on-6?
that's the highest right now.
Okay, so it's 6-on-6 for team deathmatch, which are on these ginormous fucking maps. If they did 8-on-8 big team, which I think is what all the other Call of Duties are, I feel like that would fill out the maps fine. But on the Xbox One and the PS4, their basic team deathmatch is going to be 8-on-8, which is even more.
see, I find it weird in general, their marketing for this. Like, I understand, like, make as much money as you can. People are going to fucking buy it no matter what.
It's a Call of
Like,
Duty game.
So, putting it out now, when it's not at its full potential, it seems kind of weird. Like, why not just release it when the new systems come out, and then, because it's all about your like opening week sales.
Well, you can go buy it for the PS4 right now.
Yeah, but you can't play it.
You can't play it till next week.
Exactly.
But, I don't know,
I felt
because they're trying to get it out before Black Friday.
Yeah.
But the system's coming out before Black Friday?
Yeah, but I'm just saying they probably picked out release date, and that's since the other stuff's coming out.
yeah.
Like Killzone for PS4, the new PS4 Killzone came out 2 weeks ago. So my friend bought it, and I just got it sitting in his house until the PS4 comes out.
Mm-hmm.
That was I follow Jay Muse on Instagram, and he was saying he like posted a picture of Ghosts and like the new controller and everything and like the box set for it, and he was like, just wait, come next week everybody's getting murked. like I don't know, it just seems like a weird thing. Like, I know people are gonna buy it no matter what, and like you said, they're just, they picked a release date and that's what's gonna happen. It just seems so weird that like when the game has a potential
here's the other thing.
of like
Would
bigger
you,
maps
if
and
it would,
utilizing more people.
If this was your company, say you own the video game company that like Activision, would you rather wait until the systems came out?
Oh no,
So people are going to drop $400 on the system and then have to spend another $60 for your game,
Right.
Or everyone will already have the game before the system comes out, so
Yeah.
that way they'll drop the $60 2 weeks before.
Yeah, I guess you have a point.
So that everyone will be ready to go. So they'll already have it when the system comes out, then they're playing it. Rather than getting the system and then waiting another week to get the
Right.
game.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
Wow.
I mean that makes sense. Like I said, from a business standpoint, I totally get it. I see where they're going with it. It just seems, to me, it just seems so weird.
So can we talk about the MSBS?
Oh, such a good gun. So ridiculous.
It's pretty much this game's version of the M16,
Okay.
which, because of how big the maps are, it's the best gun in the game right now.
Yep.
You put a red dot on it, a red dot or a holographic or even a tracker sight, which
Yeah.
are just different versions
Yeah,
of
yeah,
sites
right.
because the iron sights on it kind of suck.
You put the muzzle brake on
You
there.
put a muzzle, so it has I think it's the longest kill range for an assault rifle, and it kills you within shotgun range. It kills you in 2 bullets, but it's a 3-bullet burst weapon. So 1 trigger pull, they're dead within shotgun range.
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking ridiculous.
Dude.
Well, okay, so there's that. Then anything after that, it takes 3 bullets to kill until you're at far distance, which I think is 20 feet or something like that. Like someone did a breakdown of it, which is a good distance. And then if you put the muzzle brake on it, which is like an attachment you put on the gun, it extends the kill range even farther, so it's still a 1-shot kill.
Yeah, it's
so it eliminates the point of even having like a sniper rifle or a long range rifle.
At long range, it takes 2 to 3 shots to kill. At longish medium to close range, it's 1 to 2 shots.
And you squeeze the trigger and it's 3.
Yeah, you pull the trigger. It's
the only downside with long range though is with the 3-shot, it's recoiling the entire time, so it's going in a straight up. So you kind of have to aim low at long distance.
Oh, that's something too that I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was saying that the sniper rifle in this game is
too easy.
super. He said it's super weird. Like the targeting, it's like you have to like.
You definitely have to hold
you
your
have
breath.
to know like.
Are you sure he's not talking about Battlefield?
He might be.
Oh, he might be talking. He might have been talking about Battlefield.
Battlefield has
because we were talking about both of them.
Yeah, it's definitely Battlefield because Battlefield you have to lead the person, you have to compensate for bullet drop and like.
Battlefield's
wind and
my
all that
favorite
stuff.
sniping.
Yeah,
because
it's like a sniper simulator.
If
almost.
you get a kill with a
okay.
sniper rifle, it's the most rewarding feeling.
Because they're like, oh, the person's here, they're running this way, so I'm gonna aim.
Oh, and
this
they're
way.
kind of far, so I have to aim up. So you just go.
Yeah, Battlefield 3 was like.
That's that. In Call of Duty, it's easy mode sniping, especially in this game because the maps are so big. A lot of people are using snipers.
Yeah, and there's a sniper rifle that kills you in 1 shot from the knees up.
It's a bolt action from the knees up. And so it's a bolt action rifle.
So there's pretty much like no skill involved.
All Call of Duties have been like that.
Yeah,
there's no skill involved.
Everyone's gonna put the quick draw and anything to bring you to scope up faster and just quick scope you with that.
So yeah, for the MSBS class, then you put Stalker, and what was the other one?
Which perk? What's it do?
I don't remember. Well, you have Stalker, and Stalker is one of the perks that when you're aimed down the sights, you still move at normal speed. Because when you pull up the sights, when you don't have it on, your character goes about half speed.
Yeah.
So you slow down. If you have Stalker on, you still are moving at full speed. You're not sprinting, but you're running.
Yeah.
Which is absurd because you're just running around corners, already looking down your sights.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then
crazy.
You want to, or I think it's the.
Is it the run and reload one?
Not the running reload one. I mean, you can put that on because that definitely helps. It's not marathon. It's the one that lets you pull the scopes up quicker while you're.
It's not quick draw. It's
not quick draw because that's for pistols.
Is it no reflex?
You want reflex too. Reflex is the flinch one. That stops flinch.
What's the other one?
I forget what it's called, but anyways, it lets you
pull your scope up as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing.
So it's like you can be sprinting, and then now you're running with the scope up as fast as possible. Then you're around the corner. You can do it.
See, that's cool.
They also have they also have a lean mechanic in this one, where you go up to a wall or a corner, and then your crosshairs out of there, one will light up, and then you hit it, and then your character goes from staring at the wall to like this around the corner.
Cool. It's contextual. Cool. It's the first time they've done it with Call of Duty, which is pretty.
Which is that, yeah.
Which is cool because that's like one of those things that like you should be able to do.
I mean, with all the games like Gears of War and stuff with cover-based combat and everything, it's a cool thing to add into it, and you can turn it off if you want.
What was the game that we played?
The Army of Two?
Oh, no.
Good, because that game sucks.
Fucking Army of Two is fucking terrible.
What are you even talking about? Army of Two is the best game.
Yeah, I feel like being a juggler.
It's like Bulletstorm.
I do. Count Bulletula.
No, it was fucking... with Resident Evil. I don't think it was you and I talking about this. Like how you would have to stop and shoot. Like you couldn't run and gun for a really long time. Like until 5.
Yeah.
You couldn't.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Operation Raccoon City, which is like the 4-player co-op.
No,
you and me playing 4.
That.
Was it you and me playing 4 or 5? We were hunting the Chinese.
5.
With the survival mode.
But you can run and gun in 5.
Yeah, it was all the other ones you couldn't.
Yeah, which was the worst mechanic ever. I'm like, I just want to fucking back up and shoot.
Well, that's what made them scary.
Exactly, because
Yeah.
you've got fucking dudes
Because
everywhere.
the cameras are awful too, and all
Yes.
those good.
Yeah.
But that's what makes them
Yeah.
awesome.
Classic Resident Evil with static cameras.
Even
Yeah.
in 4, when camera work was way better and it was over the shoulder, like, it was still fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Because then you had things coming up behind you fucking whispering Spanish in your ear.
And then it got into, like, not aliens, but, like, bugs and shit, and then
Yeah.
I just stopped caring. I kind of stopped caring halfway through 4.
Yeah.
I mean, 4 was an awesome game, but
Yeah,
after that,
like-
I just didn't care about it. It wasn't scary anymore. It was just like, oh, everyone's a bug, and now everyone's like, the T-Virus is now
Yeah,
a bug,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's stupid.
Oh man, this
and
guy's
now
got
Wesker
crazy mutation.
Jr., oh, and I'm just,
Yeah, agreed.
give me the fucking haunted mansion that no one knows what's going on.
Exactly.
Yep.
And the dogs jump through the window and you shit your pants.
I just want
Oh my
fucking
God.
Haunted Mansion games.
Oh,
They were supposed to release the Wii Haunted Mansion game where you just have a flashlight and, like, empty hand. And it was supposed to be like you explore Haunted Mansion.
I don't want anything
And
to
then
do with that.
they never did anything about it.
I wouldn't play it anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't
Nope,
even
too
sound.
scared.
It doesn't sound like fun to me. But
Really?
I mean, not to me. But
Oh, dude.
then again, it's
like,
Wii, and Wii makes not fun games, so it sounds like perfect game for them.
It's like all the danger of going and exploring real life Haunted Mansion without having to get
Without having to get off your couch.
hurt by ghosts.
Without having to get
Or by ghosts.
no ghost rape
No
involved.
ghost rape. Have you ever had a ghost experience?
One time I thought I saw a leprechaun in my room.
Yeah, and then I
What?
realized I took acid that morning.
I was like, okay,
Someone put acid
fact.
in my fucking Lucky Charms, and
Yeah, there was a leprechaun. That was in my room.
leprechaun.
I was like 8 years old, maybe even younger. Me and my brother shared a bedroom.
Yeah.
I just had one side, he had the other.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I had like sleep paralysis or something,
Ugh.
but I used to sleep with my door open because I was a child. And
I used to sleep with my door shut because
Dude,
I don't
I-
want any ghosts getting in my room.
And when
When I was a little,
I
Like
thought
ghosts
it
and
was.
monsters.
Well, we would also leave like the hallway light on because we were both afraid of the dark at this time.
I had a nightlight, but yeah.
And I was just like kind of sleeping. And I got woken up because I used to have recurring nightmares every night about like me falling through my ceiling and landing on my bed, and then I would wake up and my bed was shaking.
I used to have really bad.
Dude,
recurring
just getting
nightmares.
chased through my attic and shit. But so I'd wake up from that nightmare and my bed's shaking because I like probably jolted myself awake.
Right.
And then I like look over and I just see something scurry, like at
Fuck
like
yeah.
knee height, out of my room.
Nope.
I'm like, ah.
I would have scurried fucking bed height out of my window.
I just Tina Belchered myself.
So I never had any experience like that, but I remember when I was little, I had like a fever dream, but I was awake, so it was like a hallucination, but it was because I know I had like the flu or something like that. And I was probably like 8 or something like that. And I had a bunch of like weird toys and all that stuff. And I shared a room with my sister. We had like bunk beds. And I had a top bunk. And I remember, the one thing I remember is we had a rocking horse in my room. I don't think I was probably younger than 8. And yeah, I was definitely younger than 8. Never mind. But anyways, rocking horse. I remember it moving on its own and like
That's
being
like horror
scary as
movie
hell.
shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, that I know it's because I was hallucinating, and there was like other scary stuff, and I remember hearing all the noises that they were making.
Ugh.
But I just pulled the blankets over my head and like started singing to myself.
That's like something
Until I
from
pass
Are You
out.
Afraid of the Dark?
Pretty much is what it seemed like it was. Because I mean, they weren't coming at me, but they were all like moving, like it was Toy Story. They probably
no.
thought I was all asleep, or they probably thought I was asleep, and they were all coming to life. They're like, he's just fucking sick. He's not gonna remember any
That's
of this.
like that would be the best thing ever if your toys came to life. For
No, it
real.
wouldn't.
What about you, Kyle?
Because
Yeah,
they watch you
that's-
masturbate.
That's
Like,
That's why I don't have toys in my room.
it's like the have you ever seen the video the what am I when the kid wishes for the YouTube
Yes,
video?
it's the best.
What am I doing? What is this?
what is jump?
what is jump?
Shut the fuck up! What is fuck?
Why? So
Oh,
funny.
That's exactly what it would be like, because I feel like all my toys are retarded.
Yeah, pretty much.
Kyle?
Of lesser capacity for sure. I never had like a real like ghost experience, but like at least not that I can remember right now. Like, but I can remember when I used to like stay at my grandmother's. Like during the summer, like my grandmother lived in Pittsfield, and all my family lives out there, so we would
Oh
go.
boy, it's Pittsfield.
Yeah. So we go out there. My parents dropped me off for like a week, and I'd stay out there. And she had like this big like 2-family house, and it was 2-floor, and there was a 3rd floor where there was an attic, and there was always just like a really creepy vibe there. Like something happened. I don't might have just been me like being weird, but like my cousin had told me like she had like felt like she'd been like touched before, like grabbed on the shoulder and stuff. And there was one night that we slept in the attic.
Oh, why?
Yeah, that sounds like a terrible idea.
My 4 cousins, and like, well,
And then we use this Ouija board.
yeah,
and
right.
Summon
This
the
is
devil.
like the beginning of every like shitty horror movie, but like. No, we like stayed up there because my older cousin had a room up there, like because he used to live with my grandparents for a while, and like my cousin Bernie had been reading Bram Stoker's Dracula, and
Oh, that's
I was
perfect.
like I think maybe like 10 or 11, and like Bram Stoker's Dracula at 10 or 11 is fucking terrifying, like all all the shit that he was like telling me about, like going through like the creepy highlights of the book. And I'm just like the whole night I was just terrified. I'm like I went through all 3 levels of that house to try to find a comfortable place to sleep, and none of them were
Did you try the
suitable.
bathtub?
I should have slept in the bathtub.
Yep.
I should have done that.
And then drown
Just
yourself.
turn the lights on
Just drown
and just
yourself?
turn the water on and just call it quits.
Yep.
That would've been
That's
it.
done.
But yeah, nothing super paranormal that I can remember right now.
Well, I don't think mine was paranormal. I think I was just a freak.
Yeah, mine was just.
I had
fucking sick.
really bad sleep paralysis when I got home from tour one time, and I was in bed.
I
And
hate sleep paralysis.
I saw like shadow figures,
Yep.
and that was like I was like, oh god, what's happening? And I couldn't move.
I
The
remember-
shadows
You were
were
back,
weird.
weren't you?
When
Yeah,
I
I was sleeping
got
on my back.
That's fine.
when I got one of my teeth pulled recently, like within I think 2 years ago, I got like these crazy. I don't know if it was Oxycontin or Vicodin pills. Like they were like horse tranquilizers, and one.
Perfect.
But because I'm so huge, one wouldn't do anything, and 1.5 was like okay. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just take
I'll just
2.
take 2, whatever.
Yeah. Boy, was that a mistake. Because I remember being like sleep paralysis, but I was awake.
Oh no.
And I just
way.
couldn't move and I couldn't do anything. And then I remember like forcing myself, like it took 10 minutes. I'm like, I'm gonna move my arm. And I was just like, they're like, well, I don't even know what's going on anymore.
It's like lucid dreaming, only you can't control anything.
Yeah, and I'm not asleep.
No way.
Lucid living.
Lucid
It's
living.
not living.
It sounds like my life.
Oh god.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, that's no fun. I like whenever I take painkillers, they just make me throw up violently because I'm not used to any kind of drug in my system at all. So, it just doesn't go over well. That and I talk like I'm on my deathbed to people. I'm like, oh, I just want you to know that like you're so important to me. Like you mean so much to me. Like
God, it's fucking Yoda deathbed scenes.
right? It's exactly what it is.
Ashley.
Now, what about aliens?
Oh yeah.
On the
Did you have
topic
any
of paranormal
alien
and shit like
experiences?
that. There was one time where I was out in my backyard and
Which house?
on Cedar Street in
Okay.
Ludlow. And I like looked up at the sky and I saw these 3 lights, and it like everybody's always like, oh, it's a fucking airplane. Like it was dark. Definitely was not an airplane. They were all moving like it the way it was moving, it didn't look like it was all one big thing.
So it was moving like
But
separately
they
from
were
each other.
moving separately from each other, but in sync with each other. If that makes any sense.
No, I hear you.
So like, and they were moving in patterns that were definitely not like an airplane would move in, like front to back, and then it would like go really fast, and then they'd go really slow, and then like I watched them do this for probably like 10-15 minutes, and then out of nowhere, like they just went like real steady, not like super fast, but steady pace, just across the sky and just disappeared.
I remember seeing one probably when I was like 15 or 16. It seemed like the way it moved was like if you took a stick and threw it in the air
Yeah.
and like how it like would spin in the air. That's kind of how it was.
Yeah.
But it was like a line, but it kind of like moved around, and it had a couple lights on it. But then the way it would move would be like, oh, it's this way, and now it's this way over here,
Right.
and now it's
That's
this way back
creepy.
over
Oh
here.
yeah.
And it was weird, and it was like that for like maybe probably 10 minutes, and then just kind of was like, oh, see ya.
Yeah, like, dude.
But aliens are definitely real.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely.
Not like UFO green men aliens, but
Yeah.
In some way,
You
shape, or
can't-
form, you can't say they're
you
not.
can't say that there's no life on any other planet.
Well,
Even if
yeah, I mean, like it's
even
like,
if they're not like spaceships coming to Earth, there's definitely other life forms on other planet. Even they found water on Mars, which
Yeah.
then inside the water was bacteria. Boop, that's an alien.
Well, think about how big space is. Like there's other galaxies. There's other things going on. Like there have to be other life forms out there. Like it's like fucking Matthew McConaughey in Contact said, like, awfully big sky out there, not have anything else, be such a waste. And
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey is
The
probably
worst
one of the
actor of the world.
smartest people in the world. I was
Smartest
gonna
people,
say.
worst
I was
actor.
gonna say
Sorry.
smartest person.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you have any?
I've definitely
Experiences?
thought I've seen UFOs.
Yeah.
Driving home one time from Coles, driving the Pike, and just like looking in the rearview mirror.
Oh yeah, I remember you
And
told me about that.
I looked, and it looked like just fire, like a fireball in the sky. I was like, what the fuck is that? And I was driving past Westover.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's weird. It's like right above Westover. I'm like, that's not supposed to be there. And then I looked back and it was completely gone.
That's crazy.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Dude.
But like, I like to fuck with my girlfriend, so every time I'm driving around, I'm like, oh my god, look at that UFO. And it's definitely a plane.
Yeah.
But like, there's been times where I'm like, look at that UFO. And she's like, it's a plane. I'm like, I know. I'm like, oh, maybe
Is it
not.
a plane?
Maybe not. Like the way it's moving, and she's just like, no, it's a plane. She won't look at it because she's super like not believing in it, which is completely absurd to me.
Yeah.
But like,
What
I don't
about the
know
time
how
he
you
got
can't.
anal probed?
oh man, dude, I don't even want to talk about that because it wasn't even an alien.
It was a ghost.
It wasn't even a ghost either.
It was Kyle.
It was,
No.
it was absolutely me. No, but
That was one of those secret.
Yeah, if you don't believe that there's at least some
There has to
life
be.
form, maybe not even in the Milky Way galaxy, like
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. Be sure to stay tuned for Jeopardy!
That was weird.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway. So yeah, life in other planets. If you don't believe it, it's it's
You're dumb.
ignorance. Yeah.
You're dumb.
Yeah, you're dumb. You're
You're
just
dumb.
dumb. You're stupid. Big dumb idiots. But yeah. So other topics are GTA 5. Starting on November 7th, people started getting their $500,000 deposits into their online accounts.
Your first installment.
Well, your first installment,
Oh,
yes.
two.
There's 2 installments.
That's
So
yeah.
they started the first wave of that. So if you haven't gotten it, you're probably going to be getting it. Just pretty much as their way of saying,
We're sorry.
I'm sorry. Remember that time that we put this game out and waited 2 weeks and then it still didn't work? That was weird.
Well, sorry. Here you go. Here's some money in the game.
Here's some stuff.
Yeah, we're just gonna ruin the entire economy. Here you go.
Yeah.
There we go.
But I wish that's how life worked.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish they would just do that money into my regular account.
Speaking of awkward things that have happened, do you guys have any awkward experiences that you've had, like that you want to share with anybody?
Do I want to share with people? I don't know. Well, since you brought it up, you can go first, Kyle.
Okay. My awkward experience, and probably nobody knew about it, when I was in my old hardcore band, we were playing a show at the Waterfront, which is this local club around here where they do shows and whatnot. I don't remember what I ate beforehand, but we were playing and it was a really like heavy part of the song, and I was like really into it, and I think I didn't sing in this band, but I would like scream the lyrics, like just jamming, rocking out, and I was rocking out and I screamed and I thought I shit myself, and I had to take a second to be like, that shit. Nope, I didn't shit myself. I'm good. So that was a awkward moment for me. Nobody else got to know about it until now.
Until now, the entire
Now everybody's
internet
gonna
knows.
know that I almost shit myself. But What about you guys?
Oh god, we're just gonna talk about shit in your pants stories.
Is this what it's gonna be? Just all about shitting yourself?
Because that was when I was like 8 years old, and I remember like what we were doing was we were driving home from one of my relatives' basketball, like youth basketball games.
Yeah.
We had one of them in the car, and I really had to poop, but no one would stop. And it was late enough where like no rest stops were open, like the mobile in Wilbraham wasn't open.
Oh no.
So
Is this when you lived in Palmer too?
oh, I lived in Palmer my
Okay.
whole life, and then so we're doing this, we're driving, and I had to poop real bad, and I told him to stop. I'm like, you gotta stop, you gotta pull over, I gotta do this. And my dad's like, no, you'll be fine, you have to hold it until we get home, because we're like, it's by the mobile in Wilbraham, so I'm like 10 minutes from my house. And like, no, you can hold it. I'm like, I can't hold it. And I farted, and it was just like, and released the Kraken. And so there it was, just festering, and I'm like, you have to pull over now. I just crapped my pants. And we ended up pulling over.
Okay, it's not a joke anymore. It's for real. It's
It's like,
serious.
this
Secret's
wasn't me.
out.
I can't not hold this anymore because it already happened. So we and it gets worse. We stop and we're at this house. There's this house, really large front yard. You probably this is how you know you can probably tell the house. If you're coming from Palmer and driving into Wilbraham, you go up the hill. You know how you can go up into Wilbraham, or you can just stay on Boston Road.
Yes.
When you go up there, there's the 4-way intersection.
Yes.
There's a house right there with like a line of trees and
Yep.
I pooped on one. I pulled my underwear off and pulled my underwear and put it on one of those trees, and it was probably like the 5th one from the driveway, and we didn't have anything to wipe myself with except bee sting pads.
Oh no.
And I was like, I'm not wiping myself, and it was winter, so there's no leaves on the ground, so I'm just like, oh no. So I wipe it.
Why don't you just wipe yourself with the underwear?
Because
like an unpaid part of it.
I was 8 years old and I didn't think about it.
Did you poop and piss yourself?
Those underwear were too far gone.
But those underwear were a lost cause. And I wiped myself with a bee sting pad.
And I got a bee sting.
Dealt with the sting of the butt. And took the entire ride home just fucking hating myself.
It's like when I used green tea wipes
And I bet
to
your
wipe
dad
my balls.
hated you too.
Bad time.
No, because I was 8 and it was understandable. It was his fault anyway. He didn't stop.
Yeah, thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad. I pooped my pants before you.
What about you, Alan?
I don't have a poop your pants story that's like
Whatever.
good.
That's fine.
Well,
there's no, like, good
not
poop
even
your
shitting
pants.
yourself. Do you have anything like awkward?
Well, I did poop in a girl's bathroom one time, and I didn't know it was a girl's bathroom. I don't know. I was like probably 15 or 16 at the time, and I forget where I was. It was like a mall or a store or something. I don't even remember. But I remember going into the bathroom and being like, weird, there's no urinals here. That's just a weird.
Dude,
So then I just went to the stall and started taking a shit. And then girls came in, I was like, what the fuck? And then, so I didn't want them to know that anybody was in there, so I put my feet up. So, like, to shut the door in case, like, I put them against the door.
Yeah.
So so that they couldn't come in. And then I started pooping, and then they realized someone was in the bathroom, and they kept asking questions, and I wouldn't answer. But I kept pooping, and eventually they just left.
No, dude, something similar happened to me. One time I was with my parents on vacation. We were in Pennsylvania, and Poopsylvania. We were in a restaurant, and it was like a super confusing restaurant. There were like mirrors everywhere, and like I'm trying to like find the bathroom like door because I had to go, and it was like I finally like found a door and I got in, and like I wasn't even thinking, and I just went in, you know, went to the bathroom, came out, realized there were no urinals. I did the same thing. I'm like, why are there no urinals? And then a like middle-aged woman like walked in as I'm like walking to the sink, and she's like, you know, you shouldn't be in here. And I'm like, yeah, I'm leaving right now.
She probably thought you were a pervert.
She probably thought I was some big fucking weirdo. But it was seriously like a funhouse mirror fucking factory. I couldn't find my way to the bathroom door. So I go out and my parents were like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Like, I was so embarrassed.
I do have one story that happened to me when I was like 11. I was going to Florida for like being on a plane for the first time, like going with my aunt. And I remember our plane got delayed like 3 times. So it was like 3 in the morning or something like that. And we were supposed to leave at like 6 p.m. or something. And So we take off, and it was my first plane ride, so I screamed because we took off. Like, literally screamed bloody murder because I'd never been on a roller coaster. I never, like, felt that feeling before. So I screamed. So there's that. And then I still remember to this day, like, picture perfect. I went to go to the bathroom, and the bathroom door is unlocked. Like, it says unoccupied or whatever. I opened the door, and there's this Indian lady bent over wiping her ass. But
Like
her
ass facing.
yeah,
you?
like asshole
Who does
facing
that?
me. So I opened the door, and I remember seeing her like ass and her like wiping. And I was like, and I shut the door
Traumatizing.
Yeah.
You're already traumatized because
from
you've
the
never
plane
been on a
ride. Yeah.
plane.
So I shut the door, and I just went back to my seat and sat down. And then my aunt's like, "Oh, was it like? Did you go to the bathroom?" I was like, "Yep, went there. I'm fine." And then I just sat there. And I never saw the lady again, like, on the plane. So I think she was probably first class or something. Like,
well, that's a good thing. Because
Yeah.
how do you even look at somebody after that?
You don't.
You just don't. You just eyes to the floor
Yeah.
and just keep going.
but I just remember opening it and be like, I was just closing it and just going back to my seat. Like, neither of us said anything, and we definitely made, like, eye contact.
How did
You
she
mean
make
brown
eye
eye?
contact?
Well, she was like,
I
I don't know, like, she probably,
Did
like,
she see you through her? Like,
I don't remember, but I remember seeing eye contact with her. And just be like, see ya.
That's awesome.
That all I'm picturing is her wiping, just going.
Yeah, she probably looked back or something. Because I remember, obviously, if you're, like, wiping yourself and the
she's
door
here.
opens, you're going to be like, what the fuck?
Oh man, that's too good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
disgusting.
good times.
Oh man.
Well, I think that pretty much wraps it up for this one. We'll
Yeah, there's no
end
topping this.
We'll end on a high note.
And a
Vegas,
brown
baby.
note.
A mile high brown note.
A mile high.
Very
brown
good.
note.
Well, if you guys have any really awkward experiences that you want to share with us in the comments down below, or any stories about ghosts or aliens, feel free to go ahead and type them. While you're here, go ahead, click that like button if you like this video, subscribe to the channel, because that's awesome and we need subscribers. But I'm not going to beg you for it. If you want to do
Beg
it,
'em.
do it. If
Beg
you,
ya.
Alright, please subscribe to the channel. But seriously, subscribe to the channel. You're here, you might as well just do it anyway.
Doesn't take any time.
Yeah.
Forever.
But yeah, so this is Nerd Dojo, and I've been Kyle Laganza.
I was Justin Kirkland.
I still am Alan Whitaker.
Oh, of course
I'm
you are.
not dead.
Of course you are.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.
That's it.